Alright, I figured I'd do a quick little video on this Fortress 27-gallon compressor that Harbor Freight sells. Basically, the issue I'm having is with the regulator turned all the way up. You can see it's turned all the way up to the max. I'm at between 120 and 150, about 125, 130 psi, and the tank pressure is at 200. Well, the issue I'm having is with just this quick, simple little blowgun, not even an impact or anything crazy, just a blowgun on it, you can see how much pressure drop there is. It's slowing down the air coming out of the tank. You can see what I'm getting at the gun. Not very much, like 90 psi, and I really want to be getting like 150 out of the air hose. So I'm going to show you a quick little mod that you can do to solve that issue. So you'll want to go ahead and drain the tank just by putting a quick fit in. And you're going to want to take one of these brass tees that they sell at Harbor Freight and wrap it in some thread tape, about like that. And then you're just going to want to put it right back on. And as you can see, I've got the Harbor Freight brass tee fitting on this main inlet hose, or I guess outlet hose from the tank, into the gauges and regulator manifold. And I've got thread tape on all the surfaces. I cleaned all the threads. Then I've got a big 3/8 quick connect that you can buy at Harbor Freight too. And I've also got thread tape down here, and you'll see the difference. And here's the finished product. I just went ahead and capped off this end. You can leave that on there or whichever you prefer, but I got all that connected and I checked it with soapy water and it's not leaking. Make sure you don't tighten these down too much, because sometimes the cheap China brass can crack. So just use more than enough thread tape and don't over tighten it. And I've got my regulator here set to about 160. You can do either or with that. The hoses are rated to 300 psi or more usually, but you can see now I've got the same little tiny blowgun tip on it, and you can see how much more pressure I have. It went from 90 to 120, and if you look at this gauge, which is hooked up directly to now, there's not even any pressure drop. So all the pressure drop is in this regulator and that regulator, which I'm actually going to unhook that one since I'm just running it off of this one. And obviously you can get a beefier regulator that could almost have no pressure drop, and you'll have a lot more power to your air tools. Remember, this is just a blowgun, so an impact or an air hammer or anything else, die grinder, all the above, is going to take a lot more air. So that pressure drop would be even greater. Kind of like when I had the fitting in this port right here and it went down to about 30 psi. These are just terrible regulators from the factory and need to be bypassed pretty much. But you can see when I blow, there's almost no pressure drop right there besides the pressure draining out of the tank. So I could probably make this even better by just hooking this hose straight up to this fitting here and running it straight out. But yeah, that is how you get more power and flow out of these compressors.